There was one incident that really drove home how easy it is to make friends in Afghanistan, but it's even easier to make enemies. I'm Randall Joyce. I'm a producer, and I first came to Afghanistan in 2001.
Our whole goal was to get as close to the Taliban outposts as we could. I'm Jim Axelrod, a CBS News correspondent. I was in Afghanistan right after 9/11.
We were sitting on a roof of a mud fort held by the Northern Alliance, the one group that had successfully fought against the Taliban and not been conquered.
And we were watching as some planes started to come over, and they were U.S. bombers.
Oh.
Are they hitting your positions?
And the commander turned and said,
That's our front line.
He said, "We appreciate all the support. We're on your side. But if that continues, then you'll be our enemy as well."
It's very frustrating for the soldiers to have this enemy that can't be seen and just have to take it. I'm Lara Logan. I've been going to Afghanistan since after 9/11, and I've lived there for more than a year at a time. There was one occasion with the Marines where we spent 5.5 hours in a canal, in sewage water. When the water dries off, you're covered in flies, you're inhaling fecal matter in the air that you breathe, and in the midst of all of that, you're being shot at, and people are trying to kill you. You are often chasing shadows, and you know that they're watching all the time. They're watching your every move. I don't know if people will ever understand what it's like.
This trip, we flew down to Gardez, where we came across this young Afghan policeman who'd been shot in the leg. I'm Terry McCarthy, a correspondent for CBS News. I first came to Afghanistan in 2001. He was in an American field hospital, and before they put him under, he begged the American medic not to cut off his leg, although the damage was pretty significant. When we saw him, he'd come up from the operation, and he was trying to sit up and look and see whether his leg was still attached or not, and the sense of fear and panic in his eyes just struck me as, what was he doing, this young kid, in this war he didn't really understand?
Our team was the first to gain access to the caves that we had heard so much about, Al-Qaeda's caves. I'm Randall Pinkston, correspondent at CBS News. I've been to Afghanistan 5 times since 2001. I saw this particular cave and I said, let's go to that one. The Guardian told us we could come into the cave. It did occur to me that I might go into that cave and not come out. So we get into the cave, and the Afghan doesn't have a flashlight, so he's using a cigarette lighter, and he's showing me what's in the cave. And I was petrified when I realized that the cave was filled with ammunition. Thankfully, nothing exploded, or we wouldn't be having this conversation now. Seeing that cave was just a reminder of how dangerous that entire country was, and to a great extent still is today.
I first came from Moscow with the Soviet troops and in fact filmed the final departure of the Soviet troops over the Friendship Bridge into Uzbekistan in 1989. I'm Nick Turner, I'm a CBS News cameraman. I was filming in the ruins of a trolleybus park, and they'd been used as barricades during the Civil War 10 years earlier. And I realized as I was filming them that I had filmed the same trolleybuses working in 1982 when I first came under the Soviets, where I saw men and women going about their business, dressed in ordinary clothes. The women were wearing dresses, the men were wearing suits. So, can I look around Kabul now and feel that I've seen any progress since 1982? No, I can't.